Hello again, everybody. This is Mr. Everything. I'm coming at you with another Star Citizen Squadron 42 live stream. What we're going to be talking about tonight, for the first part of the video, the stream, is we're going to talk about the roadmap that was released yesterday for Squadron 42. And then afterwards, we'll get into playing a little bit of the 3.4.1, which just patched today. So we should have a little bit of fun doing that. Okay, Squadron 42's roadmap's a little bit different than the live roadmap in that it has each chapter has its own line on the overview. In the features, it's a little bit different. We'll get into that in a minute. The features is kind of what I like looking at, but the overview is just to let you know the state of each of the chapters. So we've got, and this also kind of is a little bit of a spoiler, little bit, not very much. They deliberately tried not to put a lot of stuff in the roadmap that would be a spoiler. So if you're not interested in spoiling 42, then what I would probably do is watch anyway. No, I'm just kidding. There's really, it depends on what you consider a spoiler, because they do talk about some things. But I think if you've been following Star Citizen and Squadron 42, you probably already know these things are going to be in the game. So it's not really a spoiler for those of you that are veterans. Now, if you're new to Squadron 42 and you are trying to stay a virgin and not know anything about it until the game comes out, then you might want to turn your head and come back in about 30 minutes, 45 minutes when I'm done with the roadmap and we are able to start some gameplay. Okay, so first things first. There are 28 chapters. Each chapter is in production. Okay, so they've got a group of people working on things. Those things might be usable in multiple chapters. So even though they're working on, let's say, I don't know, a blanket. If a blanket is in every chapter, well, then every chapter is being worked on. Okay, it's not the other way around. It's not like they're working on every chapter because they need a blanket. It's the other way around. Okay, but having said that, there are 5 states, 5 levels of completion till we get to the end of 5 of 5, right? All right. So what these states are could be different per chapter. But let's take a look at chapter 4, okay? Chapter 4, right here, we click it. They are in white box narrative. That's what the first check is. But apparently, they've already finished that. That's why it's checked. It's got a check. They're over to there, which they're currently in gray box. This box was white box narrative, but chapter 4 is in gray box. In gray box. Okay, but let's go to 2. 2 is white box playable, right? That's got a check. So that's already finished as well. And again, remember, they're in gray box, which I guess should be 3 right here, right? If I click it, look at that, gray box. This is and that's currently what they're in. They're in the gray box status or state of completion of chapter 4. And that's what you can kind of see through here. Like chapter 3, they're not even in chapter 1. The first part, white box narrative, they haven't even finished that. They're still in white box narrative. Okay, some are a little bit further than others, as you can see. Now these dots, from what I gather, are estimated completion points of those tasks. Okay, so everything in third quarter of 2018 should be finished, right? Okay, and it looks like it is. And it looks like it didn't take them very long in chapter 11 to do the second part. They did it, they knocked it out right away. Bam. It looks like they don't anticipate taking very long. They anticipate this finishing this quarter, right? So we'll see if that happens. They anticipate a lot of things starting, well, the first step, which was white box, right? White box narrative. White box narrative. So basically, white box narrative, what that basically is telling you is they're setting up the key moments, the conversations, the scenes, understanding the layout and flow. So basically, they're just laying out the chapter, right? So they know what they need. But when you go to part 2, or when you're talking about playable, they basically have all the pieces in place, and the testers can go through and make sure it's playable. Gray box is when you put life to the items. Basically, a white box is just literally white boxes. And gray box is not actually gray. It has some skin. It'll look like what it's supposed to look like, but not exactly. It'll be like low graphics or whatever. But then when you get to 4, then you're looking at production, right? Production is when they actually start throwing everything they need to throw at it. They need to do all the graphics, all the skins, all the modeling, all that. That's in production. And then when you get to 5, you're looking at polish. Okay, now polish should be over with and completed by the second quarter, we'll say June of 2020. So polish is when they look at a shirt and they say that button doesn't look shiny enough, or those whiskers don't look dark enough, or whatever. And they go through and they just look at everything, every single thing, and they try to enhance it, check the lighting, check the sparks, check this and that, just to make and get any refinements, last minute feedback, optimizations, bugs will also be tackled in that part. And that should be finished by the second quarter of 2020. At that point, you notice there's going to be alpha testing and optimization starting in quarter 1. My guess is that will be internal QA and maybe the Evocati. Maybe. Right? And beta testing, I would think, would be internal QA, of course, Evocati, of course, and maybe a larger selection of players. Don't know who. That's a little far. That's a year and a half away, so not too concerned about it right now. But that's when it will be, when beta testing is finished, which I suspect will be a month or 2 after this beta starts. So maybe the third quarter of 2020 is when the actual game will be released to the public for purchase. Okay, so that's kind of the story there with each of these chapters. Now you can go through and look at the chapters, and you can kind of see some of them are a little bit further along. Some haven't even, some are started, but they just haven't gotten to their first milestone yet. I don't see anything at its third milestone yet, right? So, except this one looks like it's going to be a long road to hoe before they get to that third milestone. Looks like a lot of third milestones will be coming in Q3. This one will be a little bit earlier and so will this one. I guess they anticipate those being a little bit easier. They suspect that one's just going to be a button click, you know. So we'll see. There's a fourth one. So this one, they're working on the third milestone already. So they should get this one, Chapter 8, finished pretty quickly. You get the idea. All right, so that's the 28 chapters that are currently under production. Now let's go to the features. And guys, if you want to, you're more than welcome to interject anything you want in the chat. I'm watching both YouTube and Twitch chat, so if you want to throw your 2 cents in, that's perfectly fine. I don't mind, and I will be glad, and I'll maybe respond to you. Okay, so again, we've got the quarters and the years, right? We got the fourth quarter, which we're in now. Then we got first 3 months, second 3 months, on the way to the second quarter of 2020. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to expand all the categories, but basically you got gameplay is in every one of these, hopefully, right? And then you got characters, like they've got some characters they still have to work on. And then you've got core tech, which anything done for Squadron 42's core tech will be, not anything, most of it will be carried over to Star Citizen. Anything related to like interacting with buttons or taking elevators or communication with NPCs and stuff like that, that all should carry over to Squadron 42. But if it's anything related to player versus player or anything like that, that's not going to be in the Squadron 42 roadmap. That's going to be in the PU roadmap. Okay, so let's expand all the categories. Right? All right. Now, let's start with the fourth quarter, the one they anticipate. They anticipate finishing these in these quarters. Are they going to? I don't know. It says in development. So when I click it, it says 7 of 10 tasks completed. So they're almost done with it actually, but let's see if they can get it. This is player vaulting. You need this both in the PU and the Squadron 42. Player mantling. To me, mantling and vaulting are kind of related, but they're really not. Vaulting is when I'm moving and I'm just trying to jump over a fence, or I'm just trying to do the old Starsky and Hutch slide across the hood with my butt so that I'm on the other side of the car, right? That's what that is. Mantling is when I'm trying to climb up on top of the car or climb up on top of a wall or something like that. That's climbing. Okay. They should call it climbing, but they like to call it mantling. I guess that's a technical term. Then we got now they're polishing this. That means it's finished. To me, when they're polishing something, that means it's done. They just need to, yep, they've got it completed. They just need to fine tweak it, right? Video comms, that's render to texture comms system. Okay, because we're using it now in the PU. Okay, Basilisk armor for the advocacy. Look at that helmet. I don't know, that's kind of cool looking. In development, 1 of 11 tasks completed. Right. Okay, it says covers the creation of the loadout for the individual characters that will wear it in game. Basically the advocacy. DNA face customization. Okay, well we saw that at CitizenCon, right, where you take the different faces and you can morph them and have bigger noses, smaller noses, and eyes and stuff like that. Spread your eyes out and make them bigger or smaller and things like that. That's the DNA face customization. And they're about halfway done with that. Like skinning, corrective blend shapes, all the deformers. Yeah. Scale. Okay. Looks good. Gunners. Okay. In development. 3 of 5 tasks completed. Implementation of the naval gunner outfit. So that's really just a costume, right? And the loadouts for the guys that are going to require it. 3 of 5 tasks. So they're almost done with that. All right. AI. You know the guys. AI has been having... I personally have had trouble with AI just standing around staring at me while I'm shooting them and stuff like that. But they've got realistic firing version 2. 1 to 3 tasks completed. So there's not very many tasks. But let me say that not all tasks are created equal. Some tasks might only take 2 or 3 lines of code, where other tasks might take 1,000. So just because they say 1 of 3 tasks completed doesn't mean it's 1/3 of the way finished. It means they finished 1 of the 3 things they needed to do, and different things might be more complicated than others. Excuse me. Okay. So they're going to try to improve their behavior so that NPCs will choose appropriate weapons and tactics. What they're trying to say is, so they won't just stand there and get shot. Okay, FPS collision avoidance. Okay. That's so that they don't like walk into each other or walk into a wall and just stand there. So when it says they need to identify both static and dynamic, what that means is, and back to this again, a static object would be like if you go underground and there's a pillar, right? They need to know to avoid that pillar when they're walking around. But dynamic means I carried this big box into the room and dropped it on the floor. They need to know to avoid that big box because it's not normally there. AI spline paths. Kind of the same thing, but this is for jumping, because when you're on a planet and you jump to a waypoint that's right here on the other side of the planet, you spline around the planet. So that's what they're talking about. So they can, and AI spaceships to request complex commands. Cool, cool, cool. This is all going to be done, hopefully, by March. System, heat. So the heat system right now, like your engine will overheat and you'll drop you out of quantum. Other things that heat might affect, like the degradation of your weapons and even your engines if they overheat all the time. If you're constantly boosting all the time, it will damage your engines, right? Well, they're going to work on that here. Now, again, working on this in Squadron 42 will transfer over to the PU 1-for-1, most likely. Okay. Vehicle HUD 2. Scanning and ping features into the vehicle HUD. Okay. It's scheduled. If I click it, they haven't started on it at all. Vehicle radar. Okay, that's interesting. We used to have something like that. Scheduled. Adjustments radars allow the management of different radar upgrades and adding functionality for the developers to modify radar range and abilities based on location, environmental hazards, and affect the radar's effectiveness. Good. So that's both internal and that's PU SQ42. Now, drag, lift, and turbulence into the new flight model. Okay. And they've already started on that because I think they want to have the new flight mechanics in 3.5 in the PU. Hey, hello again. Welcome back to the channel. The new flight model. Wait, I would think that this atmospheric flight model is part of the new flight model, so I think they're closely tied. But look how many tasks they have. 144 tasks. That means all the different ships had to get some kind of new tweak in all the different, gravity and atmosphere and all that stuff. Fully revised flight model, and they're almost done with it because I think they want it in 3.5. Okay. And even though they're showing it here, yeah, what do we got here? Rebalance thruster strengths, deeper 2.0, redesign throttle, redesign afterburner, redesign ESP, new grav level handling, numerous bugs and issues. Solved with previous flight model. Right. All right, we'll see that when it comes out. I'm actually looking forward to the new flight model quite a bit. I've always thought that our ships all fly the same, and they don't. It doesn't matter what kind of thrusters or where they are, because you can turn no matter what, depending on, it doesn't matter. But now it matters on your choice of ship, layout of fuselage and hull of your ship, and where the thrusters are placed. Are they fixed or movable thrusters? How much thrust do each of those thrusters put out? It's different per ship. So that's going to make every ship different, and that's going to be cool. Okay, vehicle scanning. 3 of 14 tasks. Ability to create and detect false signatures. Okay, cool. Player locomotion stairs improvement. Okay, because right now, you know how your feet will ray trace down to the step or a rock or a hill. So your feet will actually be placed on the actual steps. I think I didn't know we had any problem with that. It's scheduled. I guess they don't like the way it's working. Okay, that's him going down steps. Okay, I was trying to figure out what that picture was. So take a look at this. Improving the look here. Look. New stair, ascending, descending animations. Okay. I thought they looked pretty good right now anyway. NPC healing. What the hell? Healing other players and NPCs. Okay. Player carryables. Like that. Okay, that's a big task. So they got 21 of the 47 tasks completed. You can pick up and carry items, which we can do now, but they're limited on what kind of items. Player free look. Wait, we have player free look. Look away from where the weapon is aiming. Oh, so if you got your gun up, you don't do this now. You don't do all this. You can do this. Ooh. Okay, whatever. Okay, player jump version 2. Improvements to the jump mechanics. They've started it. They got 1 of 8 tasks complete. Particle lighting version 3. Okay, so you're talking about like smoke and sparks and stuff like that. Okay. Scheduled. Organic shelter. Shader, sorry. I just threw my own word in there. Okay, organic shader. That rock looks weird. New shader features for rendering rocks, asteroids, and other naturally formed objects. And they're almost done with that. Okay. Water physics. Okay, so the water in Squadron 42, a lot of that will carry over to Star Citizen. And I noticed they are talking about swimming now. That's cool. Buoyancy for rigid bodies. So they're talking about boats or maybe a raft. Maybe you crash land on an island and you got to get to the mainland. You got to build a raft. I don't know. But buoyancy for rigid bodies with water flow. They're going to build the tech, ranging from small crates to large vehicles. They want them to be realistically buoyant. Okay, that's cool. I dig that. Hard surface shader. Okay, they finished it. They're in polishing right now. Procedural asteroids version 2. So basically going to make the asteroids look better instead of just like somebody took a bunch of dice and threw them on the table. Okay. Atmospheric effects. Yeah. The re-entry flares and stuff like that, I'm not a big fan of. Some people like them. Effects, including entry and exit. When you exit the atmosphere, there should not be any fire. There shouldn't be flames as you leave. Okay. Projectile manager. Enhancing projectile systems through advanced physics. Okay, because I think they wanted, originally, way back when, they wanted the bullets to be modeled and have a weight. And when they fly through different atmospheres or gravities, they would be impacted differently. They would You don't just have a crosshair and you fire and you always hit right in the center of your crosshair. Sometimes the bullets will be affected by wind. Sometimes it'll be affected by the rotation of the planet. Sometimes it'll be affected by humidity or by the gravity pulling it down. Or, yeah, I mean, just ask any sniper. They want that. I know they want that. Okay. They're already working on that. Okay, cool. Weapon projectile effects. That's cool with the laser hits. Pow! And it sparks. Yeah, so that's cool. But how often when you shoot a guy do you really see sparks? I mean, I'm never like so close to somebody that I... Yeah. I'm not too excited about that or not. What is going on here? Oh, that's ragdoll. Okay. Ragdoll improvements. Okay, so they don't like the ragdolls falling and flopping the way they are now. If you looked at some AI that I've shot in some previous videos, sometimes they just stand there. Sometimes they lean over to the right. Sometimes they drop to their knees. Every time it should be different, you would think, right? They shouldn't be always the same, but they should drop instead of just stay standing and lean over. Okay, and they're almost done with that. And then this, ooh, the missile launcher. A missile launcher. Yes, I want one. Okay. And they're going to fix the multi-tool to see how it folds up. Because right now it doesn't fold up. It's this big triangular thing. And it's always that big triangular thing. But they want to add a few more animations to it so that you can fold it up and to make it a smaller box that can go on your hip or something. And they've already begun work on that. They're about 1/3 of the way done on that. Okay, that was quarter 2. Now let's take a look at quarter. I'm sorry, that was quarter 1. Now let's look at June. Because this would be March through June, they'll be finishing these items. A Shubin interstellar miner. Big deal. I know they got to have it because they're going to have a bunch of civilians in the campaign. So, flight standard pilot. So what they're trying to say is there are certain levels of pilots. There's standard, there's crappy, there's elite, you know, and some pilots fly better than others. And this is just the basic standard right in the middle. It's in development. They've got 1 task completed. Basically, they're still thinking is what it sounds like. Gunships. Because gunship crew members will fly and gun differently than like a fighter would fly. The ability for the combat AI to engage the player using a wide arsenal of weaponry. Okay, basically they can choose. Do I want to use a pistol? Do I want to use a shotgun? Do I want to use a sniper rifle? Depending on the situation. That's cool. Everything's scheduled here. FPS grenades. They don't like the way they currently look, and neither do I. You see this strapping container that's around the grenade? I think that's ridiculous. The shape of the grenade looks like a smoke. It looks like a smoke grenade. I don't like it. It needs to be half the size, and it needs to be a ball. Unless it's some kind of special grenade, like a concussion or even then it should be round. But like if it's a flare, sure. If it's Willie Pete or something, then yeah, make it like this. But if it's a frag, anything that's supposed to be exploding in a circle should not be in a cylinder. It's my opinion. And I'm always right. No, okay, sorry. Wingman commands. Okay, that's good. So you have AI that'll be flying with you, especially in Squadron 42, because it's really a single-player campaign, and you'll have multiple fighters or ships flying with you to go against major targets like capital ships or whatever. You got to be able to give if you're in charge, which you probably will be closer to the end of the campaign, you need to be telling them what to do, and they need to be able to listen to you. Scanning system will continue to be developed. Okay. Fuel mechanics. Finally. Fuel behaviors. Okay, so this will be carried over to the PU almost immediately as well. Quantum fuels, hydrogen, new flight model for some of the like Starfarers or what have you, so that you can do some mid-air flight refuels. Some people are really looking forward to this. Close combat, punches and kicks and karate chops and knife hand to the throat kind of thing. That would be really cool to do. Yes, I understand that the world is trying to be as real as possible, but if I just run up to somebody and hit a melee button and I conk them over the head with a knife, I'd be happy with that. But I would like to see a martial artist like do a jump spinning back heel kick to somebody's groin. That would be cool. Okay. I mean, it would be cool. Death animation improvements. I was thinking that's what the ragdoll was. Yeah, it says combining animation with physical ragdoll simulation. Okay. Player swim. There it is. Player swim. Traversal within a liquid environment. Okay. Able to swim across the surface of water, including related features that are entering, exiting, and drowning. Hazardous liquid that can damage or kill the player and other characters, like acid, swimming across acid or something. That is needed because there are so many different gameplay opportunities in the PU. And my understanding is somewhere in Squadron 42, and that I could be wrong about this is a spoiler, that there's an Idris crashed underwater and you have to be able to swim down to get inside of it. I think this is one reason why they need to fix this or do this. Okay, player status. Track player status. Okay, like your health, your hit points, your stamina, your everything. Your food level, your how often you've gone to the bathroom. Weapon and item customization. Manipulation of handheld items, like putting a scope on, or putting a silencer on, or putting a forward grip or something. We got to have that. Ship AI 3D pathfinding. So the ships don't just run into each other, they don't run into other ships, or they don't run into debris. They will navigate through the core and everything else. Okay, got to have that. Absolutely. On-demand physicalizing version 2. Refactoring physics calculations into object container streaming. Okay. Grey Cat Industrial Sidness. Yeah, that's the spider miner. We knew it was coming. 11 of 19 tasks. It's the Sidness mining vessel. Now I know what it's called. Looks like a mining tick. Not a spider. It's a tick. Okay. It's massive. Like right in there, that little dot that you see right there, that's the cockpit. You got this thing stores all the goodies, and then you got like legs that walk around and you drill. That's cool. Vandal Cleaver. The Cleaver is the boarding vessel. It's like it's got teeth in the front and wings in the back, and it flies into the side of a ship. Boom, and then it's like those teeth spin, cuts a hole in the hull, and then the Vandal board your ship. Because it's like a boarding vessel. I don't know how many Vandal are in there. But it says 17 of 18, so this thing's almost finished. Yeah. I knew about the Cleaver a long time ago. I saw concept art a long time ago. Okay. These guys are making a rework. Now they're starting to look like... They actually look a lot better. I agree. That looks better. The Bear Mark IV frag grenade. Rework implementation of existing frag. Vandal Lance. That's cool. We know the Lance will open up and close like when they want to stab somebody, but it'll open up when they want to shoot somebody. So it's kind of like a spear that can shoot. That's going to be cool. Just plain old cool. But they got to do all the audio and animation and all that. They're about halfway done. All right, now, third quarter. So this is like September of next year. You're going to have the heavy shipjacker armor, which I think they've got the light stuff now in the PU, actually. We've got, and it's scheduled, landing, takeoff, and travel. They're talking about AI because players, you know how to do that already. You can already do that. But these AI got to figure out how to land, how to quantum somewhere. They got to learn all that stuff. Mission logic additional controls. They can impart to AI spaceship crew members. Because you might have a turret gunner, an engineer. You got to be able to give them commands to be able to manage and help you with your ship. Obviously, that's good. Cover usage. Yep, you want the AI to hide behind cover. They are now, sometimes, they'll jump behind a box. But when they stand up, they come all the way out of cover, it seems like. Flight formations. Like you'll say echelon left or wedge formation or diamond formation or whatever. Whatever they put into the game. Walkie and talkie. Okay, so this is kind of cool. I saw this earlier. I said, yeah, this is kind of an important thing. You want the AI to be able to walk along with you down a corridor in a city street or something, communicating with you and walking. They have to be able to talk and chew bubblegum at the same time. And that's what they're talking. And they've already started working on that. Vandal combat behavior. You don't want the Vandals to just be standing around, looking around, not doing anything when you shoot them. You want them to come charging at you, fearsome, and just stabbing you in the chest. That's what you want. And they have attack patterns. And they want it to be different from humans. That's cool. Cool. Like maybe they always try to flank, or maybe they always just charge straight ahead, or maybe they always run halfway to you and then jump the rest of the way. I don't know. Okay, improve the usable system. Basically make every object interactable. Companion AI. Okay, AI behaviors for friendly and enemy NPCs to work together and or with you. Okay. Ever since the beginning of Squadron 42's inception and Star Citizen's inception, they said that you could have a companion. Don't think of it like a pet. Think of it as your sidekick. Think of it as Chewie to Han. Think it as Tonto to the Lone Ranger. You basically have this guy, alien, non-alien, robot, whatever, that tags along with you, right? Like you got a repair bot that hangs out with you, or you got a Tavaran that hangs out with you all the time, follows you around. I'll be excited if that's actually implemented. Okay, power system. Improvement to power systems. Great. Nav map radar. Yep. Right. Scanning. More HUD. Mag boots are coming back. Because you got to be able to walk and fight on the surface of a ship, so they're giving you mag boots. Even though I thought they had solved the problem of mag boots by always applying some downward thrust while you're from your jets. But I don't know. Maybe mag boots are coming back. Push and pull system, so you can drift across the hull of a ship. And then seated item handling. Okay, because if you're seated, if you're seated at a dinner table, you want to be able to handle items and do things with them. But also, if you want to be in the cockpit, maybe you want to pull your gun out and shoot somebody, instead of just getting shot in the head, unable to fight back. I don't know. Yeah, weapon handling while seated in a vehicle. Yeah. Okay, cockpit interaction. Okay, so basically adding more items to push, more switches to switch. And they're started it, but they don't have anything finished. Okay. Physical damage system. Soft body collision simulation on rigid objects. All right. We saw this at CitizenCon, the cloth tech. That looked pretty good. Large-scale shadows don't just look like big blocks. They're actually everything. Textured. And mission logic. Okay, so they're going to build a tool to help the design team build missions. Okay. Player interaction improvements. They've already got one task finished. The Idris M. Ships and vehicles, 3 entries. Okay. Must be the Cutlass, the Javelin, and the Idris. Okay. So we got the Idris M, the military version with the railgun. Drake Cutlass Red, that's the ambulance, the one that's going to go pull you out of a tight spot when you're dying. And the Javelin, which is a big destroyer. And then look at this. I'm noticing a Basilisk deployable shield. I thought that went the way of the dodo bird, but maybe it's not. A mobile shield designed so you can throw it on the ground and a shield will pop up and you can hide behind it. That's pretty cool. I did think that left with Ilphonic, but I guess I was wrong. All right, now the Titan suit. The Titan suit looks a lot like a heavy gear mech, not a Battletech mech. Think heavy gear. Yeah. Flight Ace pilot. Remember the basic guy back there? Well, now they're going to be working on aces. Aces should fly better. They should shoot better. But you don't want them to be overpowered, though. Atmospheric combat. Dogfighting. Nice. Stealth. Okay, now they're talking about, I was noticing when I was reading it, AI stealth protocols while hunting and pursuing players. So maybe someone's going to follow you or track you or hunt you when you're doing something. They don't want to be caught or revealed. That's pretty cool, because then that means you as a player have got to be on your toes. You got to pay attention. You got to look around. That's pretty awesome. All right, then we got navigation. Yeah. So they have to be able to transit between different types of navigation, like on foot, in the ship, on a boat, in space, in the air, that kind of stuff. Flight mission improvements. Okay. AI improvements, like basically just work on the AI in general. Okay. Nothing specific. Social AI. Okay, so that's like bartenders and ladies of the night. Combat behaviors. Improvements to FPS combat, allowing NPCs to fight in a more believable way. Okay, okay. So that, isn't that part of this other one that was over here? Okay, whatever. FPS close combat. Didn't we just talk about FPS close combat over here somewhere? Right there. It's the same picture. Okay. Fists, weapons, and knives. But it looks like they're going to start it here and then continue to work on it there. Okay. FPS Titan. Is that the Titan armor? Yes. Right? So they're going to give AI behaviors for a more fulfilling combat experience. The Titan is a large exosuit. It has unique challenges. And it should change combat by having a Titan suit. Now there's 8 entries under gameplay. One of them is conversation systems, so you can talk to the AI. Vents, I don't know, opening doors and airlocks and hatches. The HUD, they're going to be working on the HUD since from now to the end of time. And then body dragging. So your buddy goes down, you grab him by the collar, and you drag him. Take him to cover so you can apply some medical goodness to him. Okay. Ability to use mounted guns on vehicles. Kind of like the Valkyrie, right? All right. Object push and pull. So you should be, if something's there, you should be able to, like on a dolly or something, you should be able to push it. Yeah. Locomotion. Okay, he's falling from orbit. Player slide. Yeah, so you run, you hit the slide button, you slide into cover. That'll be cool. But how often will I use it? I don't know, depending on how effective it is. Gas cloud improvements. Okay. Shield effects. Okay, they're just gonna, this is just making it look pretty. Physics Q refactor. Okay, take advantage of the client's computing power. Okay. Save load. Okay, so basically they need to set up a save system across the game. Yeah, you need to save your progress so you don't, because you can't sit and play 3 months straight to finish this game. You're going to have to save and reload where you left off. I mean, that's like a no-brainer, but it needs to be in the game. The Vandal Void. That looks pretty cool. It's a lot of tasks to finish that, and it's almost done. It's a Void Bomber. What is this? Vandal Driller. It's their driller capital ship. The Misk Hull C. Well, you heard they were having trouble with this, but in Squadron 42, I bet you they could just throw a Hull C in there and hand wavium with a little bit of sprinkle a little magic and have it working just fine. But as soon as the player owns it in the PU, that's where the problem is going to come in. And the King ship. They're actually more than halfway done with that. Building, implementing, and balancing the Vandal King ship. The King ship is, if our Bengal carrier is this big, the King ship is that big? Okay. The Stinger. Okay, it's a Stinger fighter, big deal. Weapon racks. Yay. Okay. Adding weapons storage functionality to ship hulls. Does that mean I have a door I can open and I can throw my rifle into it and I can close the door and then I can climb into the cockpit? Does it mean I can attach a laser rifle to, or a laser cannon to the outside of my ship? I don't know what that really means. A player can store small arms in an external bay for use. Oh, I was right. Yeah, because they don't want you to have a rifle strapped on your back while you're sitting in a cockpit. It just doesn't. It would always be jabbing you in the back. And since they're going to a more physicalized inventory system where you can only carry what you can actually carry, that kind of makes sense. Vandal Hunter. It's a Corvette. Okay. The Bengal. They're 9 of 30 tasks completed. Ooh, they got a long way to go. They need to get on it. Okay, high dynamic range color processing, really? Okay, so high dynamic range is a lot of colors. Okay, general rendering performance improvements. Now this is the Q1. This is getting them ready for beta. This is during alpha. They're going to improve. They're going to improve. They're going to improve. Improve. Yep, so everything's going to be an improve in the start of next year, start of the year after next. And then final stages. This is the stage the game is close to complete. The final pass will fix any lingering bugs and address remaining feedback before official release. So maybe that will start in and around June. We'll see. All right, guys, you guys got any comments or concerns or... basically, you can see they deliberately made this vague. They didn't really tell you the story of any of the chapters. Basically, that they have 28 chapters and that they are anywhere between 1 to 5 on each chapter. But then they also go through like the cortex and the physical items like ships and guns and AI behaviors and stuff like that in the features. So, you guys got any comments or questions? If not, I'm going to jump into the PU and we're going to have a little bit of fun with 3.41. All right, let's get rid of this website. There it's gone. What? I haven't loaded the game? I could have swore I did. If not, no big deal. I've been sitting on this hot chocolate the whole time. It's now warm chocolate. I have not played in 3.4.1. Last time I played was 3.4 last night. 3.4.1 was loaded today. I hope it fixed the crashes that were happening between Olisar and Hurston. I bet you I wake up in Olisar because I think that's where I was in 3.4. If not, it's all good. It's all good. It doesn't matter. This is just... It's just testing. Okay, am I going to go best? Sure, let's go best. For those of you that did not know, I have a new computer I have different computer hardware now. I should probably put that in my bio in Twitch and in YouTube. But basically, I'm a 9700K DDR4 finally, liquid cooling, a new motherboard obviously. Really? Okay. I spent a lot of my hard-earned moolah last night. Let's see if I got it all back. Nope, it's still spent. So that means I should have that undersuit. With all that gizmos and gadgets, but that helmet should be different. Yeah, I was wearing that. Haha. Just for the holidays. Is that not cool? It's really not. Honestly, it's not. I feel it's ridiculous is what I think it is. It's supposed to be, you know, I hear all these people say, "Ooh, it's shipjacker." You know, it's the new cool. Hardly. It looks like a skull. To me, skulls aren't. They're cool. They can be cool, but not that. I mean, that's just ridiculousness. But I'm wearing it. I am wearing it. Dude. Take a shortcut. Let's see if I can get my comet. Oh, I can't get my cutlass because that's the one that crashed halfway there. I don't care about it right now because I'm not using the comet or the cutlass. I want to use this one. So because I'm going to use
your ship has been delivered to the following landing pad.
The Aquila to get to Hurston. Pad 10, right behind me. Rifle, I got grenades, I got ammo, I am ready. Med kits, I got everything. I don't have a utility tool. That's okay. Notice the sound changed when he left the airlock. Dark out here in space. Oh, maybe I should power on.
Welcome to Roberts Space Industries. Enjoy the ride. System check.
Oh, I was going to use my keyboard commands on the keyboard just to see if that would work, but never mind. This works too.
Takeoff complete.
Is it really?
Landing gear raised.
Let's point close to the sun. Not actually at the sun. Bring up my... Yep, they definitely improved the scroll speed. He said they were going to. They did. And there's a round circle. What the heck is that? That's new. Now it turned to a triangle. I keep saying triangle when I'm really meaning diamond.
Quantum drive is now on.
Yeah, so it's Rudolph. I gotcha. Rudolph the red-nosed jacker. So we got like about 8 minutes. Sit here and like talk. That guy just said, but I think he said, "Hey everybody, what's new?" Okay, what am I looking down at? What I'm looking at looks like a dirty windshield. Come on, guys. What is that? Using like wax on the window?
Shields are off.
Hard to see that with the sun behind it and everything.
Weapons system is off.
Yep. My heat went down, buddy. It's also right there, so what do I need to do? I don't need it there. Daybreak, Bolon, Frost Star, Ping, Surveyor. I don't know what all these components are. I know what a gimbal mount is. I know what a laser is. I do know what a thruster is. I definitely do not play PUBG. Thank you for asking, though. I don't play Fortnite, and I don't play PUBG. I prefer more realistic appearing, like visually appearing realistic. It doesn't have to have the same kind of realistic physics or anything. But like, I like Arma. I do play some Arma. I'm gonna say I even like Call of Duty and Battlefield and those games. I haven't played them in years, Call of Duty and Battlefield, because they just haven't had anything to like really draw me in. But there's another game. There's Operation Flashpoint, one of my favorites. That's a favorite of mine, first-person shooter. I like them when you go on a mission, you got teammates and stuff like that. Not the survival games. I'm not big into like land with a knife and like what's that other one, Scum or whatever, where all you have is a knife and you gotta chop down a tree to get some twigs to make a bow and arrow. And I'm not into that kind of game. I played the Kurgansk one, the Escape from Kurgansk. The first part was kind of cool. You know, you're avoiding zombies and you were avoiding radiation spots, and you were getting food, and you're trying to uncover the story and everything. But at a certain point, I was like, I'm doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, not enjoying it. So I stopped playing it. And that was a game given to me for free. Yeah, I still didn't play it. I played maybe the first chapter. I'm going to get my fix of first-person activities, I think, through Star Citizen. I'm going to get my... Because right now I play a lot of... War Thunder, right? That's starting to... Ever since Star Citizen's gotten a little bit more... I've been starting to get a little bit more enjoyment out of Star Citizen's space combat. I'm starting to get less enjoyment from War Thunder. War Thunder, to me, was a World War II game, and they're trying to be more than that. They're trying to be modern. You know, they've got jets, supersonic jets. They've got missiles. They've got guided missiles. They've got radar. They've got helicopters. You know, and don't get me wrong, I love all those things, but that's not why I played War Thunder. And so I'm actually starting to not like War Thunder. I've been playing the Navy stuff only because I'm stuck in low tier. I'm sure as soon as I get to high tier in the Navy, I'm going to hate it as well. But Star Citizen's becoming a little bit more of a dogfighting game, more so nowadays. So I think it's taken some of my... I only have 100% fun, right? So it used to be like 75% fun would be War Thunder, and 25% fun would be Star Citizen. Now it's about 50-50. I'm enjoying both games about the same. I am, yes, liking the 9700K. One thing I noticed today is I rendered a video that was like 20 minutes of a video. Normally, in my old processor, would take me about an hour, maybe an hour and a half to render it. It only took me 20 minutes. I was like, nice. That'll be a time saver. Hey, we're here. But when it comes to first persons, I used to play games like team-based games, like I said, Call of Duty or Operation Flashpoint was my favorite, and
Quantum Drive is now off.
Arma, and now that Star Citizen has AI and ground and all the lovely goodness of first-person combat.
Shields are on. Stand by for shields. Shields power is low.
Wait, what did I just press on? That's some bullshit. Okay, give me some power on my weapons. Here they are.
Weapons system is on.
Hey, who's this guy? Goosebelly? No. All right. There we go. That's what I wanted. I wanted to get some. Now, I like the fact that they've got
Shields
like.
max.
Now, does that broken hex mean it's on the other side of the planet? No, I would think it means it's on this side of the planet. And what does the round mean? That's the planet? What is this? See, I'm glad it's giving me all kinds of different iconology. I'm happy about that. And then there is a what do you call it? A home plate, like from baseball. So, and there's actually Lorville, so that would be my home base.
Quantum drive is now on.
So here we go. Let's go in a little bit faster than normal. Come on, crank this bad boy up. I noticed I'm pressing on Afterburner and my SCM hasn't changed. It still says SCM. I don't see AFB anywhere anymore. What's up with that? So yeah, what I'm hoping for, and I used to play a lot of MMOs too. So I used to play things like Lord of the Rings and Conan, and I even played Champions and City Heroes. I played Star Wars Galaxy, not Galaxy, Star Wars Old Republic for a while. I played Warhammer Online. I played a bunch of MMOs, right? I'm currently playing Elder Scrolls Online, but not really. So I hope, this is my vision, is that Star Citizen is going to satisfy all of those categories for me. I'm going to enjoy an MMO. I'm going to enjoy first-person shooting. I'm going to enjoy flight simulators. I'm going to enjoy exploration. I'm going to enjoy merchanting. Maybe we can build a base. It's all going to be there. So I'm going to be super... That's why I backed Star Citizen, because it basically will fill all of my itches. And I had to do something about my processor because I had a 3770. It was doing okay. It was a 4.2 gigahertz processor. 4 cores, 8 threads, so it was actually doing really well. But the 9700, based on my benchmarks, is doing twice as well. I can't really use Star Citizen as a benchmark because it's not optimized and it changes every week, you know, so. Whoa, dude, stop it. I'm slowing down, but not meaning to. It's just that when you turn, the yes, I see that I can't land in the city. Gotcha. I knew that. Crazy man flying around. The only reason why I'm landing is so I can store this ship and pick out a fighter. Mike Saber. My Sabre. See an open comm channel. I don't see a landing thing. I'm looking at my center monitor up at the top. You would think right about now they should be asking me, do you want to land?
We have a pad that's open.
Well, I'll take it. You say this, but then I don't see it, unless that's it right there.
Landing gear deployed.
Word. Those boxes are not laid out very good. With the new flight model, there's no way this ship could do this. Landing on these pads are going to be near impossible with the new flight model. Come on, I'm coming. I'm trying to get in there. Speaker from the inside the hangar. That's pretty cool.
Automated. Landing complete.
Landing complete.
Weapons system is off.
And we're there. Yep, welcome to early access. Exactly. Check my temp as soon as I get out of this elevator. I'm just curious, you know. It's a new build. I'm just curious how high it's getting. Looks a lot better. Looks really good. Okay, let's alt tab. Boop, boop. Go to my IQ, which is for Corsair's thingamajiggers. I clicked it. I clicked it again. Oh, wait. It's in my tray. Oh, there it goes. It's popping up. $99 Fahrenheit. Like, what is it supposed to be? That's a good question. 37 Celsius. I guess that's pretty good. That's only like 10 degrees over normal. Okay, so here we go. Let's go. Maybe get a mission, then grab a ship. I'm gonna do a bounty hunting or a security mission or something most likely. I'm not. Whoa. Well, I guess I could have got there with that. Red Wind, holiday delivery, moisture, eliminate threat from Hurston space. That's one we're gonna take. Accept. Meet at rendezvous point.
Your ship has been delivered to the following landing pad.
5, got it. AI are doing a lot better today, it looks like. Must have did some AI improvements. He went around me. I did that on purpose. Just to see if he would go around me. So they've done some pathing improvements, that's good. Got rendezvous point 69. Kilometers. it was temporary, but those guns were cool. And as soon as I get a chance, I'm going to buy some. What is going on with my canopy? Oh, it might be my helmet. No, there's enough room in the canopy.
Aegis combat assist activated. Systems green.
Let's do that. I'll take some hydrogen fuel for 1 credit. But also, let's get rid of that piece of hardware. Ooh, what's going on there? I got me some stealth armor. Okay, it probably won't let me change anything. Read only. Right. Omni Skies? When did I get Omni Skies? Pyro Burst? Okay, I don't like it, but I'll live with it.
You are cleared for liftoff.
Launch complete. Landing gear retracted.
Reach rendezvous in 50 seconds. I ain't gonna make it. I guess I'll be taking another mission. Also, at least I don't know my crime's dead anymore. That's good. What the hell is going on with my canopy? The ship's got a life of its own. It's trying to tell me to get the hell out. There we go. Now I got some reasonable amount of time to do it. How come I can't zoom in slowly? Yeah, they made it too fast. Aberdeen. Drake Cutlass Black Dr. Slay.
Quantum travel initiated.
Is that my target? Is that what's going in there? What is that?
Quantum travel complete.
But I thought it said it was at Aberdeen. Okay, there we go. You can't half wheel? Come on. Try it.
Quantum travel initiated.
Do my manual splines.
Hydrogen fuel at 100%. initiated. Quantum travel complete. Quantum travel initiated. Quantum travel complete.
How do I lower my canopy? Is there a button I'm pressing that's causing it to open? I don't think so.
Contact.
I don't know if I want to take on an Andromeda.
Hydrogen fuel at 100%. Contact. Hydrogen fuel at
With an open canopy, that's crazy. I guess I have to kill these guys. And there seems to be a lot of them.
proximity alert. Head. Proximity alert. Starboard. Contact. Proximity alert. Head. Head shield under fire.
Somebody's shooting me.
I'm picking up hostile contacts. Get ready. It's about to get it.
Shields up. Weapon systems overheating.
You think you have me, but this isn't over.
Danger. Shields overheating. Danger. Weapon systems overheating.
Let's try somebody different.
Head shield under fire. Kill. Proximity alert. Head. Kill. Danger. Weapon systems overheating. Proximity alert. Head.
Yeah, and with my cockpit being open, that sucks.
Kill. Shields up. Shield under fire.
You may be doing all right now, but the tide's about to turn.
Okay, we got a fighter going on here. Okay.
Proximity alert. Head. Proximity alert.
And running into him.
Kill. Proximity alert. Head. Shields up.
You think you have me, but this isn't over.
Proximity alert. Aft. Proximity alert. Starboard.
You think you have me, but this isn't over.
Weapon systems overheating. Kill. Shields up.
These are all friendlies. Okay. Me and my open canopy. Let's find an OM. There we go.
Quantum travel initiated.
Released it close to the thing to quantum.
100%. Quantum travel complete. Quantum travel initiated. Quantum travel complete. Contact.
Buccaneer, huh? He's out of range, I know, but that's okay.
Contact.
Why won't you die?
Same reason why you won't.
I'm picking up hostile contacts. Get ready.
Are you like in my cockpit? That sounded weird.
You have me, but this isn't over.
Scopes clear. Think you're secure.
Shields recharging.
Door open, shot right inside. And crash. All right, that's my cue to vamoose. Thanks, guys, for coming out and checking out the stream. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and close this out. Enjoyed going over the roadmap with you guys. If you want to like and subscribe to the channel, I'd appreciate it. If you want to help support the channel, hit the support button and all the doobly-doos and stuff like that, you know. And I'll catch you on the next one.